Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Stokes, and today I want to talk about 10 of the more unusual supplements that I recommend that you have not heard of. So follow along with me, see how many of these you've already heard about, let me know in the comments. So at number 1, it's going to be chlorophyll. And chlorophyll is basically found in grass. And what's really interesting about chlorophyll is that it has almost an identical molecular structure to hemoglobin, except that hemoglobin has iron and chlorophyll has magnesium. Other than that, they're identical. And this is a really useful product for all forms of healing, especially good for gut issues, colitis, ulcers, things like that. Works great. Anytime I have a patient that's trying to speed up the healing process, I get them to take chlorophyll. Now, as with all these products I'm going to talk about, you can get these products with a patient direct account that you can sign up for on my website. Or some of them, like chlorophyll, are available at places like Whole Foods in various forms. But just remember that you get what you pay for, and a lot of the supplements are just not regulated. So I always recommend standard process and MEDI-HERB, but when there's exceptions, I'll let you know about them. And with chlorophyll, there is an exception. I find this organic wheatgrass by Amazing Grass, this company, great company, you can research them on the internet. This is a great product if you want to get chlorophyll. And the problem is that chlorophyll tastes like grass. So if you don't like the taste of grass, you're going to do better with the standard process chlorophyll complex pearls, because you can just take those pearls and you're not going to get the taste. But if you don't mind the taste, this Amazing Grass organic wheatgrass is a great way to increase your chlorophyll. One of the issues with a lot of people who have arthritis is a toxin called guanidine. And guanidine is a chemical that forms when people are constipated. We always see it in people with a lot of arthritis, and it causes joint pain, stiffness. Chlorophyll neutralizes that guanidine perfectly. So it's a great product for that. The second one I want to talk about is the lactic acid yeast wafers. So yeast is useful in a lot of ways. Bakers use yeast to create rising of bread, for example. Brewers use lactic acid to create the fermentation in the beer. And we're using a specific type of yeast here, a mycelium yeast, which converts the carbohydrates to lactic acid. And that's important because in your GI tract, you must have an acidic environment. When that becomes alkaline, you run into all sorts of trouble and all sorts of disease. So we want to use the lactic acid wafers to acidify the GI tract. This is a great product for anyone that has been taking antibiotics, for example, and wants to really rebuild the gut flora, but do it naturally. In other words, instead of just taking a bunch of probiotics where you're introducing hopefully helpful flora into your environment, you take lactic acid yeast wafers and you create a useful environment for the good bacteria that are already there, and they flourish. So it's a great product. Lactic acid yeast wafers, one of my #1 go-tos for any type of GI, lower GI problems. The other one I came up with was aqueous bovine thymus extract. I don't think you've heard of that before. So it is what it is. We take an extract from cow thymus and put it into a capsule and you take it. Now, why the heck would you want to take that? Well, the thymus gland is located here. It's a gland that is really useful with the immune system, but as we age, it shrinks. And it's involved in phagocytic immune activity. It's involved in lymphatic decongestion, really useful. So if somebody's suffering from an acute immune response, like an infection, I would recommend highly that they take some of this aqueous bovine thymus extract, and it's going to really give that whole immune system a major boost. It's going to help you increase the amount of antibodies your body naturally makes. So it's pretty interesting. And again, it's kind of a weird one. I put it on my list. Okay, number 4 on my list is Okra Pepsin E3 combo. Okay, so this is a product that Standard Process makes that combines several different strange elements. Okra is, as you probably know, this gooey, sticky substance that we see in green bananas. It sticks to everything. What they did was they took okra and combined it with pepsin and a form of vitamin E. And you take this, it goes into your system, it goes down into your lower GI tract, and the okra sticks to the lining of the GI tract. And it sticks there long enough to let the pepsin, which is a prolytic enzyme, the pepsin breaks down protein and buildup. So the pepsin will start to break down the mucose or the mucus layer in your lower GI tract. And it'll break it down and allow it to slough off and essentially clean your intestines. That's the key with this product. And then the vitamin E extract that's with it then will soothe the area and help it heal. So, I mean, this is an amazing product. It's a weird product because it's a combination of several different products, but the key is that okra, that sticky okra allows the pepsin to get right to where we want it and stay there long enough to break down the buildup in your intestines. So it's a great intestinal decongestant. Next is a product that you may have heard of, cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper, we're all aware of that. It's hot pepper, right? A lot of people know that it's supposed to be good for you, but they don't know why. Cayenne pepper is for circulation. So it improves circulation of blood and blood flow in the body. Most people are aware of that. What most people don't know is that cayenne pepper neutralizes a product called substance P. And this is really important if you're suffering from pain or any type of nerve damage, nerve pain, trigeminal neuralgia, neuropathy, neuritis, shingle pain. This substance P is a product your body makes when you're in pain. And it's a nerve growth factor that actually causes your body to make more pain receptors, more nociceptors. Be the last thing in the world that you want to do, right? When you're in pain is make more receptors that sense pain. It creates this horrible pain cycle. Cayenne pepper neutralizes the production of substance P. So it can stop that chronic nerve pain cycle right in its tracks. So if you're suffering from chronic pain, especially nerve pain, you definitely want to take cayenne pepper. The one that I recommend is made by Standard Process. Great product, 35,000 units of strength. It'll get the job done. The next one I want to talk about, which you may not know about, is phosphorus. And phosphorus is a very strange product. We don't hear a lot about it. How it works out is that in your body, there should be a balance of calcium to phosphorus. Basically 10 units of calcium to 4 units of phosphorus. When this gets out of whack though, we start to get problems. We start to see things like kidney stones develop, tartar buildup on the teeth. What happens is that the phosphorus keeps the calcium in check. So the calcium in your blood stays in your blood with the right amount of phosphorus. When your phosphorus gets too low, it allows the calcium to precipitate out of the blood and go into the tissues. So that's when we're going to see a lot of problems. We're going to see things like I mentioned, kidney stones, arthritis, bursitis, joint pain, all these things. And by adding phosphorus to your diet, you can build back up your natural phosphorus reserve and eliminate these problems, or at least help them. I mean, that's the thing with all these products, right? We're not claiming that any of these things are going to cure anything. What we're stating is that if you do these things, it puts your body in a more active healing state, and it can assist your body's natural process of healing. I like the Standard Process PhosphoFood. Again, I link to all this. You can buy this stuff with a patient direct account on my website. Phosphorus food will give you that exact amount that you need to balance out the calcium and the phosphorus. Next one we want to talk about, we already talked about aqueous bovine thymus extract. I want to talk about beef liver extract. People hear that beef liver is good for you, but most people don't like to take it. That's why the supplement is such a good idea. So in the 1920s, some Japanese researchers discovered that beef liver has an antihistamine effect on the body. which is pretty incredible. So if you suffer from allergies, asthma, any of these type of histamine-based conditions, beef liver extract is going to be majorly beneficial for you. And I don't know about you, but I personally don't like to eat a lot of beef liver. So I find that the extract from Standard Process is a great way to get that product in your body. Something that the beef liver extract also helps with this idea, this histamine-based problem, is thyroid toxicity. So if you're suffering from problems with the thyroid where that's toxic, beef liver extract is going to help that. Also, there is something called portal hypertension, where you have blood pressure that's caused by a congested liver. Beef liver extract helps to remove that liver congestion, and it will lower blood pressure. In fact, in my clinic, if I have people that have high blood pressure, I can give them a couple of these specific extracts of beef liver that I'm talking about, and in like 5 or 6 minutes, I can retest their blood pressure, and if it drops, it's usually because of a congested liver, and this supplement will help them a lot. Collinsonia root or stone root is the next one I want to talk about. Collinsonia is this plant that has this very, as you can imagine, very hard, tough root. And what's great about that is it's a natural vascular tonification product. So if you're having problems with hemorrhoids, varicose veins, spider veins, this stone root is going to be the answer for you. It's an astringent. It's going to help to tone the vessels and help get rid of a lot of those problems that you're going to see with sort of leaky blood vessels. Okay, Spanish black radish is the next one I want to talk about. This is a horrible tasting plant, so you definitely want to get it in some form of supplement. Spanish black radish is really all about detoxifying the body. So it does a couple of things. One is it detoxifies the bowels. So this is great for people suffering from parasites, fungus, bacteria. Spanish black radish is going to clean out that lower bowel system. It also stimulates the liver's natural detoxification process. It is, in my opinion, one of the best detoxifying plants that we have available, Spanish black radish. Problem with it is, like I said, it tastes lousy, so you want to take that in some sort of supplement form, which I recommend, of course, the one from Standard Process. Last but not least, we want to talk about sesame seed oil as a supplement. This has got a really interesting story behind it. So there's this active component that we're looking for that is only available in 3 things: mealworms, termites, and sesame seed oil. So if you're looking for this component, I think sesame seed oil supplementation is going to be your answer. Here's the history behind it. There's a story about a doctor that was treating leukemia. And leukemia doesn't have a lot of options available for it that work well. Leukemia is a situation where we have a high amount of white blood cells in the body, but a low amount of red blood cells. This doctor was feeding the children sesame seed butter. In fact, 6 tablespoons of sesame seed butter. And he was able to dramatically increase the red blood cell count in those patients and help with the treatment of leukemia. Now, I'm not stating that sesame seed oil is going to cure you of leukemia, but what sesame seed oil will do is increase red blood cell count in the body. So this is very useful for anyone that is suffering from low red blood cell counts and wants to give that a boost, right? Sesame seed oil could be the answer for you, and we'll just leave it at that.